Hi, my name's Jay Waugh. I work for Midnight Youth Theatre Company. I am the company's costume designer and I have worked for the school for 19 years. I actually didn't start off as a costume designer. When I left school, I went and did a diploma in costume construction, and I did that at an institute called WAAPA, the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts. It was recommended to me by a Year 12 teacher who realised that I needed to be pushed into the arts, which was the best decision I ever made. After that, I went and worked for many different companies, different environments like film, television and theatre. And when I decided to leave Opera Australia, Christchurch Grammar School said Midnight Youth would like your skills, and that's when I started to design. Before that, I was coordinating and making. The play itself is set when the book was first published, which was 1936. This was a very important year. This was the year when Nuremberg rallies happened, when the Nazis first had their Olympic Games. It was also when women started to enter into the workforce, and also it was starting to come out of the Great Depression. This was a huge important time because people started to be able to choose their employment, and they also had a little bit of free money. Before that, they were stuck in the Great Depression, which was a terrible time across the whole of the world. And now people had a little bit more money, therefore they could spend it on a frivolous item like a book, which was very important. So when Dale started suggesting how to improve your employment, this really appealed to people. So to look at the time period was very, very important, and to respect the time period. I started looking at different films such as Hudsucker's Proxy, Oh Brother, We're Out There, because it's set in America. So I was very inspired by different American directions and to see their style. It was very important for the director to have it in summer, so it needed to have a warm feel, because when Dale first started to give out his lectures, he used to do it in a large tent like a circus. So when people would do things like that, they would do it in summertime. So it was very important to have a warm tone to the show and something which people could feel warmth from. So we decided with a very light palette, and so the costumes are all in very summer tones. On the road has been a little bit of a challenge. Because of the large cast, we needed to make sure that we weren't overwhelming the characters with different pieces of costume and props. Because it's a touring piece and it's worked in very many different venues, we needed to make sure that it was all able to be packed, washed and maintained very easily. Because we're working with teenagers, we know that sometimes it can have its challenges, because we don't want to put too much pressure on people, because that is on top of all their lines. That would be very hard for them. So I've tried to make it as user-friendly and as light as I possibly can. The most satisfying part of the process is to see the amazing talents of the students. The students in this particular group are very, very talented, and it was such a wonderful piece that so many people got to have their moment in the sun. Sometimes there's one or two major leads, but in this particular production, there are many wonderful standout pieces, which I've really enjoyed watching the students performing.